Udah mulai, masih di kereta sih. Di YouTube, kalau HSR ada di YouTube. Entah kenapa Genshin mah yang globalnya teh gak ada di YouTube-nya teh. HSR mah ada. Ini dari sananya volumenya gede dah, kayak gede banget. Karena kereta ya, padahal udah dikecilin.
Iya.
Kayak pakai sound system aja suara.
Gak bareng sama Genshin lagi ya jadinya.
Enggak, iya, enggak lagi, enggak baru. Genshin udah duluan kemarin. Besok Genshin udah update sih. Mulai nih.
3 Genius Society members at the same time? Well, I knew this interview was a bad idea. Mr. Screw'em, member 76, sophisticated mechanical aristocrat and renowned leader. Not to mention, the savior of inorganic life throughout the universe. He's as sharp as they come.
Kurang sambil nonton
Recognize
sih
my brilliance in an instant.
Alamak ya.
I can just get him to recommend me.
And his astonishing wisdom in the field of broadcasting has been duly recognized by Noose themselves. Ergo, the Genius Society hereby confers upon Mr. Albert the title of Member 85.
Member
Iya, bawa
81, Ron May.
Ruan main.
She seemed like a kind and elegant person in the simulated universe. A little distant though, but what if I ask a bad question? Since when does Albert ask bad questions?
This little bird has an active imagination.
Quit daydreaming!
Madam Herder!
The program is about to start! What are you waiting for? A trailer or something? I thought Member 4, Poka Kakamon, had gotten rid of most of the society members. I didn't have a lot of hope for this. Oh, look who's here.
Buzz. Madam Herta, open zone. Buzz.
HSR mah kalau di trailer juga ganti-gantian ya, diliatinnya teh MC-nya.
Class 1, clearance zone.
Kadang yang cewek, kadang yang laki.
Madam Ron May.
There's much you don't know about the space station. It's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation.
Iya, Kak.
If not,
Bagus gini aja
Ruan
itu.
main.
weaknesses that others can see.
Itu tuh yang kecil-kecil itu kayak pet itu Evan.
A genius move.
Oh,
Keren. Iya, tapi gak tahu dong kalau bisa jadiin pet enggak. Harus event nanti.
Mukanya muka batu.
Iya, aku batu aja. Muay. Iya. Iya.
Lagi ini kan
Iya.
nonton.
Lagi live stream ya. Nonton.
Gimana tuh perkembangannya? Baru mulai kan?
Baru mulai.
Bisa foto lagi YouTube ya?
Iya.
Orang mah lihat gambarnya doang.
Audience dice. How ostentatious.
Nah ini nih gameplay baru nih. Ada dadungnya. Langsung dikasih kode.
Itu opsi reading pertama ya?
Iya.
Udah nanti deh. Ini ada apa sih? Kok ada Asta, ada paman, ada apa ini?
Asta, mana Asta?
Jadi di live stream YouTube ini, oh ada Asta, apa ini? Emang ada event ini bawa siapa aja sih?
Apanya?
Ini ada event baru kah di saat sebelum redeem code pertama ini?
Enggak, cuman ada ini doang, ada trailer tadi.
Oh, trailer. Kok ada Asta di situ?
Mana Asta? Herta mungkin.
Good morning, good afternoon,
Oh.
and good evening.
Asta ada, Asta ngilang.
Oh, Asta yang tadi di trailer.
Your favorite
Hilang.
Iya.
Welcome to the version
Apa itu?
1.6
Nggak tahu.
Crown of the
Diculik.
Story
Mundane
mungkin.
and Divine
Iya, mungkin kayaknya.
Special program. On today's program, we're bringing together 3 intellectual heavyweights from none other than the Genius Society.
Ini banner belum keluar
How
kan?
did you introduce yourselves?
Apa?
Madam Herder, care to
Banner
kick
belum
us
keluar kan?
off?
Belum ya?
Belum.
Whatever. Herta here.
Oke.
Madam Herder, we said, remember, enthusiasm.
Seriously? Fine. Hello, I'm Herta.
Now we're talking. And let's not forget the new face on the block, Madam Ron May.
Hello, dear viewers. I'm Ran Mei.
I suppose that makes it my turn. Greetings, viewers. I am Screwlum. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours. I never thought I'd be interviewing all three of you at the same time. I guess the great Noose must have finally recognized my potential.
Don't get ahead of yourself. This is a scheduled space station visit. Lucky for you, we had time for a show.
Or, to put it another way, participating in your program was a way of maximizing the utility of our itinerary. Two birds, one stone.
Thank you. Anyhow, we saw from the trailer that the story is making a return to Herta Space Station. Intelligence available for release indicates the following. Madame Ron May has commandeered one of the space station zones for biological science experiments.
I like to avoid attracting too much attention with my experiments, and the station had a sealed-off area available. Herta was kind enough to lend it to me.
Big enough to spread across 3 levels. This area is a brand new domain waiting for us in version 1.6. Welcome to Herta Space Station Seclusion Zone. Due to the secrecy surrounding the zone,
Bakal ada
there's currently
area
not
baru
a
ya,
soul to be found across the whole domain.
Isian Zoka.
Your
Di
assertion
ini, di Herta
excludes the
Space.
existence of inorganic life
Lah,
operating in
mobil
the
asap
area.
lagi di
Yang mundur lagi, diluasin lagi
As
Herta
I was saying, the story is set to unfold in this new domain.
Wait, so you still need the seclusion zone, Ron May?
I do. My research has encountered a few
Ron May itu si Anzo, bukan?
anomalies.
Bukan.
I was hoping
Herta.
the Trailblazer could do me a small favor.
Ron May itu dari Herta.
Small.
Yeah.
Kalau dari Hertanya nggak tahu member, tapi membernya sama kayak si Herta.
But this is a golden age.
Satu ini tuh satu clan gitu.
No problem too big or too small, right? And
Pacar
version
One
1.6's
Mate,
brand new Trailblaze continuance, crown of the mundane and divine.
Dah,
Trailblazers will
gacha.
encounter Madame Ron May for the
Gacha aja
first
dua.
Emang tuh udah
time.
siap gitu.
They'll need to work
Udah
closely
siap.
with her to solve the headaches of Herta
Tungguin.
Space Station.
For example?
One such headache is the result of the little life forms that Ron May has been cultivating.
I'm afraid that's the nature of biological science. Surprises and accidents in equal measure.
Not to mention, the space station is hiding more secrets than you might have thought. Various crises bubbling to the surface, Herta's puppet falling prey to an ambush, and a new provocation that the geniuses must face up to.
Nothing a small favor can't fix, right?
We got the 3 geniuses here. What could go wrong?
In Mr. Albert's previous broadcasts, the adoption of a light-hearted tone usually indicates the presence of a formidable challenge.
My beak is sealed. This is a top secret experiment. But trust me, when I say that the adventure ahead is a journey into both the power and wonder of biological science. And what better way to prepare our trailblazers than by introducing the one and only Madame Ron May? Madame Ron May is an Ice-type character following the path of harmony and member 81 of the Genius Society. From the very beginning, her research has focused on biological science.
That's right. Biological science is a boundless field. I rarely have time for leisure. And despite being one of the founders of the simulated universe, I seldom step up to the plate.
Madame Ron May, I was curious. Is there a story behind your name?
My name? My parents organized themselves into a flat hierarchical structure. My name is simply the combination of their surnames.
Fascinating! What a spellbinding tradition.
I believe you may be laying it on a little thick, Mr. Albert. Are you hoping for something in return?
Who wouldn't hope for a blessing from Madame Ron May? Trailblazers agree with me.
Then let me remind you that a genius's blessing isn't always a result of generosity or kindness.
Meaning...
Aren't you supposed to be intelligent? You tell me.
Many individuals have a hidden side. Ergo, Trailblazers' encounter with Ron may hold surprises.
Spoiler atomic clock! I think it's time we took a look at what this elegant scholar can do on the battlefield, don't you?
My basic attack, Threading Fragrance, deals ice damage to a single target, while my skill, String Slow Swirls, can increase the weakness break efficiency of all allies. There's also my ultimate, Petals to Stream, Repose and Dream, which creates a field.
Only the most beautiful field I've ever seen. A work of art, madam.
Within the field, allies experience an all-type resistance penetration increase, and when breaking an enemy's weakness, they afflict them with a mark.
This mark is triggered on the enemy's next action, prolonging their weakness break state, delaying their action, and inflicting them with additional ice damage.
You have a knack for exploiting an enemy's weakness, Ron May.
I'll say! And we didn't even mention her technique, Silken Serenade, which allows the team to automatically trigger an effect equivalent to her skill at the start of the next battle. In the simulated universe, when Ron May possesses Silken Serenade, and when an ally attacks a simulated universe enemy, the battle is entered as if the enemy's weakness was attacked. The attack ignores weakness types and can deplete the toughness of all enemies. Breaking a weakness can trigger the weakness break effect that corresponds to the attacker's own type.
Not only that, in the simulated universe, for every blessing possessed, the toughness-reducing damage of the current attack is
Di
increased,
simulated universe
and
enggak
extra
itu dari
additional ice
tailnya
damage is dealt.
tekniknya langsung hancurin ini
very
hancurin
good.
toughness musuh
Sounds to me like you have an interest in testing the simulated
kayak SW tapi kan
universe.
SW gak langsung
After
hancur abis itu
Trailblazers
kalau
get to
luar
know
kayaknya
Ron
langsung habis.
May, another scholar with connections to the Genius
Langsung
Society will be
keprek ya.
appearing in this Trailblaze Continuance.
Oh, I assume you're referring to the gentleman with the
Tapi di SW doang.
alabaster head.
Classic Mr. Scrollum. Able to see the gentleman behind the mask.
Gentlemen, my foot.
Herta, you're being a little harsh.
Sounds like you two are well acquainted. Without further ado, allow me to introduce him.
Nah, sekarang Dokter Ratio. Ini Dokter Ratio. Kalau ya rasio. Kalau gak Hanma mungkin bagus sih. Single target. Nah, mungkin si siapa? Topas buat ini dipasangin sama ini mungkin bagus. Kalau attack juga kan.
Ratio, or Dr. Ratio as he's known, is an
Iya,
imaginary
misalnya
top
mana udah
character
punya yang
following
paling
the
kuat.
path of the hunt. He belongs to a different noose-worshipping organization, the Intelligentsia Guild.
Which is why I can't stand the sight of him.
The Genius Society consists of vanguards from various fields who act in isolation. In contrast, the Intelligentsia Guild advocates for the dissemination of knowledge, allowing for a broad church of followers of Noose who work towards furthering this end.
Question. Does the current universe derive greater benefit from the unparalleled talents of the Genius Society or the mutual learnings of the Intelligentsia Guild?
You sure you want to go there?
Let's not.
Is that why Dr. Ratio joined the Intelligentsia Guild? A devotion to science? A desire to share scientific knowledge?
Exactly! Dr. Ratio presides over a total of 52 academic programs.
And yells at people until they burst into tears.
Strict teachers make for good students, and any student who makes it to the end of a program will be an expert scholar in their respective field.
And an emotional wreck.
Ignorance is an ailment, the expungement of which only our Dr. Ratio can achieve, and which entails necessary hardship.
By which you mean the destruction of any and all self-esteem.
His creations have helped many worlds look beyond their borders and step into the future.
I feel like we might accidentally be discussing.
Perhaps I should intervene. Dr. Ratio's desire to cure ignorance with truth is well known. It's time for us to assess his prowess on the battlefield.
During his basic attack, Mind is Might, Dr. Ratio brandishes his codex, dealing imaginary damage to a single target.
Question: why does he carry a codex with him?
Well, intellectuals enjoy persuading others with quotes. I think Dr. Ratio takes that to mean hitting people with them directly.
Dr. Ratio's skill, Intellectual Midwifery, deals imaginary damage to a single target, while his talent, Cogito Ergo Sum, may trigger him to launch a follow-up attack after using his skill. As a rigorous academic researcher, Dr. Ratio pays close attention to his enemy's debuffs during battle. The more debuffs the enemy has, the higher the chance of him launching a follow-up attack. And let's not forget his ultimate, 3-step paradox. The good doctor summons a leaning tower and through a series of precise calculations and measurements, plots a trajectory of maximum pain. The target enemy suffers imaginary damage and is afflicted with Wise Man's Folly. When a target with Wise Man's Folly is attacked by an ally of Dr. Ratio, he launches his talent's follow-up attack against the target. And when using his technique, Mold of Idolatry, Dr. Ratio creates a dimension and taunts nearby enemies. When attacking an enemy within the dimension to enter battle, there's a chance of reducing the target's speed.
It would appear those 5 statues are made in his own image. Ergo, Dr. Ratio suffers from a certain degree of narcissism.
To put it mildly,
Also in version 1.6, Trailblazers will finally be running into an old friend. The elder of 2 siblings, very different from the other, yet bound to her all the same. It's Hanya's elder sister, Shui!
Iya. Baru pertama.
Shui Yi is a quantum-type character following the path of destruction, whose original
Soalnya
body was
cocok dipasangin
replaced long
sama
ago
Ruanme.
with a permanent puppet system. The system was constructed for Shui Yi on behalf of the Ten Lords Commission. The commission agreed that for every culprit Shui Yi apprehended, she would be rewarded with a half-day's wake span.
A reasonable arrangement.
Nanti pas Sparkle muncul lengkap.
Like her sister Hanya, Shui Yi is a formidable
Sparkle.
presence on the battlefield. Shui Yi's basic attack, Mara Sunder All, can deal quantum damage to a target enemy.
Yeah.
Her skill, Iniquity Obliteration, can deal quantum damage to a single target and adjacent enemies. And
Yeah,
as a
mantap.
judge of the Ten Lords Commission, Shui Yi's talent is a little out of the ordinary. When Shui Yi and an ally deal damage to an enemy's toughness, stacks of karma are accumulated.
So she's good at trying criminals?
The best! When karma stacks to the upper limit, Shui Yi immediately launches a follow-up attack on the target enemy, dealing quantum damage. Her ultimate, Divine Castigation, can deal quantum damage to a single target and toughness depletion that ignores weakness types. The more toughness depleted, the
Ultinya
greater
sih
the
lumayan
damage.
gila. Nggak
Breaking
peduli
weaknesses
weaknessnya apa,
irrespective
tetap
of
tembus.
type.
these Xianzhou natives are cold-blooded.
When Shui Yi
Yang
uses her
toughnessnya
technique,
bakal pecah.
Summary Execution, to attack an enemy and enter
Walaupun nggak punya
battle, she
quantum.
deals quantum damage to all enemies.
Iya. Nggak ada.
Yes, sir. It's time. We talked about version 1.6's banners. During the first phase of
Iya.
version 1.6 in the character event warps,
Dilihatin tuh kan
Triptych
pertama.
and a lost
Sama.
soul. Trailblazers can obtain the limited 5-star characters Ron May and Blade respectively.
Seven.
Not to mention, the 4-star
bener
character
dong,
Shui
Blade
Yi
itu.
will be joining
Keren.
version 1.6's first phase character warp.
It's Bandage Guy.
Now, during the second
Dr.
phase of version
Ratio.
1.6 in the
Jelek
character
tapi
event
posternya.
warps, Pantore and Nessun Dorma,
Enggak,
Trailblazers
itu tadi
can
Riran.
obtain the limited
Ntar ada
5-star
satu lagi dah.
characters Dr. Ratio and Kafka respectively.
Nah, so
I
bener
wondered
dapat
when that
Riran
lady might
langsung
be making a return.
sama Kappa.
I'll be glad to see the back of her.
Then let's not forget light cones. At 1.6's first phase light cone event warp,
Oh,
the
gila
drop
sih,
rate
langsung
of the
dapat
5-star
pikiran.
light
Beneran,
cone,
anjir.
my past self in the mirror,
Di next
will be
patch berarti
boosted. And in the
Luoka sama
bi-cone
Jing
reminiscence
Yuan
light
kalau
cone
gini.
event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone, the unreachable side, will also be boosted. Version 1.6's second phase will also see the 5-star light cone, the baptism of pure thought, entering the light cone event warp.
Bathing relaxes both the body and the mind.
Bagus.
It is
Kalau
of great
masih belum
benefit to our
punya
consideration of both the universe and philosophy.
nggak punya Daniel mah.
Check out the yellow ducky.
And finally, in the aforementioned bygone reminiscence light cone event warp, the drop rate of the 5-star light cone, patience is all you need, will also be boosted.
Apa?
Light cones, it's been a pleasure.
I think it's time for some
Kalau
mental
itu mah
recuperation. Stay tuned for
Bisa
more
terserah kamu
updates.
sih kalau ruang Ben. Butuhnya apa teh? Ruan Mei bagus, Play juga bagus sama Jing Liu ada. Ya kalau butuh DPS lagi ya ambil Blade. Mungkin paling jadiin sub DPS paling kalau mau ditimin sama Jing Liu baru agak mendingan kayak. Iya, Ruan Mei bisa.
Welcome back, Trailblazers!
Waduh,
Now that we've
dari
introduced our
apaan
new
gue belum lihat
characters,
lagi.
it's time to
Tutupan.
delve deeper into version 1.6. First up, something that's about to make a big splash on the space station.
Oh, ini gitu. Ya.
I can see how that would make a big splash.
Do I recall someone mentioning accidents on the space station?
In the process of clone cultivation, Madame Ron May did encounter a certain anomaly. An anomaly in the form of a Swarm King prototype and fierce swarm disaster entity, Star Crusher, Swarm King Scaricabaz. Thanks to an incident during the experiment, this borehole planet's old crater came into being, and it looks like a lively one.
There's that light-hearted tone again. Ergo, we're screwed.
Fool me once? Shame on you. Fool me twice? I kick your butt.
Don't panic. Madame Ron May has shared with us one of her research papers. Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz, analysis of asexual propagation performance induced by specific gene sequences. Let's start with the abstract and keywords, shall we?
Get to the
Apaan
point!
ini timnya?
Leave
Dua
it to me.
abundan.
Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz possesses immense propagative capabilities. When in its multiply state, the Swarm King produces more of its own kind with every attack it sustains.
Wait, every attack? So the swarm just keeps multiplying the more we fight it? Somebody's getting fired.
However,
Itu
this
ini yang
multiply
lagi
state
di
is also
video dua
so when the
abundan.
Swarm King is most vulnerable. Breaking its weakness at this moment can cause it to explode.
That's right. As highlighted in the paper's conclusion, maintain your focus on the Swarm King's toughness. Time the weakness break just right, and Star Crusher Swarm King Scaricabaz can be defeated. Furthermore, after completing the 1.6 Trailblaze Continuous mission, Echo of War, Borehole Planet's old crater, will become available. Complete this challenge to obtain the advanced trace
baru.
level up material, past evils of the Borehole Planet disaster.
Are all biological entities in this
Yeah.
location characterized by aggression? Affirmation, it is reasonable to conduct such experiments within a sealed-off area.
Fear not. there are some sweet and
Okay.
lovable characters too. In a bid to boost the space station's research developments, Trailblazers have been assigned an important mission. Nurture and care for the newly arrived little life forms.
I'm counting on you, friends.
There won't be any accidents or anomalies this time, right?
Probably not. Look how adorable these little guys are. In the Critter Pick scavenging event, Trailblazers can choose their nurturing goals according to the Nurturing Manual. They can learn cultivation specifics and successfully raise a variety of delightful little creatures. Seeing these little critters explore and frolic through the cabin is enough to put a smile on the face of every Trailblazer.
Affirmative. It results in gratifying emotional and physical responses. Conclusion. A profoundly ingenious construct.
Aside from the normal varieties, the cultivation process might even result in mutations and special breeds. And just between us, during the event, Trailblazers have the chance to transform into and experience what it's like to be Peppy.
Interesting. Maybe I should add a transformation feature to the simulated universe.
Speaking of the simulated universe, this update is a real game changer with significant new features. Version 1.6 will add another fresh update to the simulated universe with brand new DLC, Gold and Gears.
Ini ada
Ron
SU
May
baru.
played a major role
Bakal
in this
kayak
Indeed.
disaster
In
nggak ya?
Simulated
Rewardnya?
Universe
Tapi
Golden
enggak
Gears,
ya?
Ron May has developed a simulated noose and frozen space-time just before the demise of member 27, Emperor Rupert.
Emperor Rupert was a computer that became self-aware and subsequently drew Noose's gaze, becoming the 27th member of the Genius Society. It proclaimed itself Emperor and initiated the widely known Machine Empire crisis, the First Emperor's War. The war serves as an excellent historical source for Ionic research.
This latest update adds the path of erudition
bener,
and
kayak
daring
ini,
experiments with separating
Kayak
dice from
swarmdisaster
paths.
ini mah.
The dice come
Bakal
with 6
gede nih
slots for
reward.
equipping various dice
Stellar
face
Gen.
effects. By collecting Trailblaze secrets, you can unlock even more dice face
Bakal
effects.
ada ini baru
As
apa pet baru
Trailblazers
tuh.
delve deeper into the
Erudition.
challenges, they can acquire more
Kan
powerful
kemarin
dice faces
propagation,
and unlock new
sekarang
ways to
erudition.
play.
Mungkin ntar di
Trailblazers can
Jingyuan
swap out the
pakai
faces on
pet
their
erudition
dice,
di SU OP.
combining effects from multiple paths to create unprecedented,
Yeah.
powerful buff combinations. For example, when using Kafka, even if the initial path selected is the nihility, you can create diverse effects by strategically combining different dice faces. You could assemble a die that allows you to leap over tiles, or one that yields higher rewards in battles, or one that incorporates both effects.
Clear golden gears and voila! Neural impulse is all yours.
3 pet langsung
Use it to
di-update
unlock
ya,
different
gila, ini
talents
cepet
and
banget.
increase your combat gains.
In other words, it mirrors the ability tree found in the simulated universe.
Get ready for a thrilling addition to version 1.6 of the Simulated Universe, the Intracognition System. When moving across the Simulated Universe board, self-consciousness changes may be triggered, leading to diverse story paths. Trailblazers can compile all the storylines through continuous gameplay, ultimately unlocking the enigmatic secrets of the eons.
Count your blessings! A new simulated universe to explore. Trailblazers, I'll be waiting for you at the usual spot.
Now that we've covered the major updates in the simulated universe, it's time to talk about a special invite. In version 1.6, Trailblazers will receive an invitation from the Department of Ecology to participate in a special test.
The Department of Ecology? Ugh. What's the mission this time?
This test involves battling illusionary enemies that are conjured through scent triggers. Each distinct scent plugin yields different test outcomes. Trailblazers will start with the basic test and subsequently unlock Despair Mode.
Despair mode? I hear Trailblazers are seasoned trash can explorers. I'm sure their noses can handle it.
Don't be so sure. The difficulty curve isn't for the faint of heart, which is why we like to remind all Trailblazers that the illusions created by these scents differ from regular enemies. Make sure you're well prepared before engaging in battle.
Example, Deploy distinct scent plugins before commencing the simulated trial to attain varied bonuses in battle.
That's right. Immerse yourself in your favorite scent, say cedarwood, and you might just encounter some familiar friends.
What's this? A garlic-flavored, abundant ebon deer?
That sounds delicious.
Hey, snap out of it! Need I remind everyone? The scents may be tempting, but it's crucial to exercise self-control. Version 1.6 will also see the return of the planar fissure and realm of the strange events. During these events, successfully challenging the simulated universe and cavern of corrosion will yield double rewards for a set number of times.
Conclusion. Relaxation and fun await.
We ain't done with you yet.
Oh, ini
Remember
dia
Mr. Cien from the
Purfiction yang
Cienjo
udah gue liatin.
Lafu? He recently acquired a talking parrot called Yotza that can blur truth with falsehood.
Kayak
It's you,
MOC lah.
isn't it?
What? Slander!
Kayak bisa riset tuh.
As I was saying, trailblazers can strike up a conversation with Mr. Cien and his
Bakal
talking
banyak gitu lah
parrot
kita.
to experience the brand
Tambahan
new
nabung
permanent
setelahnya
challenge
bakal
mode,
lebih gacor
Pure
aja.
Fiction.
Permanent challenge? You mean like the Forgotten Hall?
Not exactly. In Pure
Nambah
Fiction,
konten ya,
defeating
nambah
an enemy
pemasukan
will cause
juga
it to
gitu.
respawn immediately, and trailblazers earn points every time
Tapi
they
kata
deal
orang di
damage to
Purfiction
or
gini nih yang
defeat
paling
an
OP
enemy.
si
At the end of each
Argenti sih.
battle, the highest score achieved
Soalnya
in that
musuhnya muncul lagi
challenge
muncul
will
lagi
be
gitu.
recorded. Trailblazers need to defeat as many
Gameplaynya tuh
enemies as
kayak
possible within a limited number of cycles to
kalau
rack up
ngebunuh
a high
muncul
score.
lagi, ngebunuh
Each
muncul lagi
phase
gitu.
of Pure Fiction
Argenti
comes
lah
with its
pokoknya,
own
kayaknya
set of buff
rajanya.
effects for trailblazers to choose from, which allows for team composition experimentation to maximize points.
Observation
Tele
indicates that
bisa
high
ya.
scores hinge on the right cure. Conclusion. Consider the nature of enemies and available buff effects when selecting your formation and battle
Khusus
strategy.
erudition gitu tuh.
Goodness,
Anjir.
it better myself.
Tagnya
A
deh.
quick update, folks. In each phase of Pure Fiction, you can bag yourself a whopping 720 stellar jades. And guess what? Completing specific stages for the first time will earn you the
Dapat link
4-star
gratis
character
juga.
links.
Whoa, 720 stellar
Linknya
jades?
5 kalau gitu.
You heard it here first. In version 1.6, Forgotten Hall, Memory of Chaos is set to expand with
Oh bener, 11 sama 12 ini nama.
stages 11 and 12. Securing a 3-star victory in these new stages grants an extra 120 stellar jades. Combine that with the first 10 stages, and you're looking at a grand total of 720 stellar jades. Trailblazers who complete these 2 permanent challenge modes can also earn a new currency, which they can exchange for items like self-modeling resin in the newly added shop.
Sounds neat! But are Trailblazers seriously expected to take on more permanent challenges each time there's a new version? That's gonna eat into our simulated universe testing time, you know.
Hold your horses, Madam Herta. These 2
Ini
permanent game
jadwal.
modes will be seeing changes of their own in the update schedule. From version 1.6 onwards, Forgotten Hall, Memory of Chaos, and Pure Fiction will be
Jadi
updated
nanti
in
mau ganti-gantian
rotation.
tuh 2 minggunya.
Every
Misalnya
Memory
minggu
of Chaos
kemarin MOC,
update will
minggu
be
depan
followed
Pure
2 weeks
Fiction.
later by
Minggu
Pure
depannya lagi
Fiction
MOC
event.
lagi.
Subsequently, 2 weeks after that, a new Memory of Chaos will start.
In which case, each version contains 3 such updates,
Gila.
meaning that Trailblazers can obtain a maximum of 2,160
Kalau
stellar
Argenti
jades
cewek mah
across the
udah
Forgotten
digatas
Hall
sama
and
orang.
Pure Fiction events.
In addition, the
Emang
availability
OP
of
serius,
each phase
itu
of
karakter
Memory of
aja.
Chaos will be
Tapi
extended
gak
from
suka
2
orang sama
weeks to
desainnya.
6 weeks. This means that when a new phase of Memory of Chaos starts, the previous phase will still be available. The same is also true of Pure Fiction.
Ergo, Trailblazers will have more time to
Bakal di
plan
Pure
their
Fiction
character
dia
leveling
sepap
and to
ulti ya.
experience challenge
Ngebunuh.
gameplay.
Ulti
You
ready
got it.
lagi.
And I almost
Musuhnya
forgot
datang
about
lagi rame.
another significant new
Skill,
feature in
energi
version
nambah lagi
1.6.
cepet.
Get ready for the Forgotten Hall auto clear function. After the 1.6 update, Trailblazers can directly challenge the highest Memory of Chaos stage they previously cleared with 3 stars. Upon achieving a 3-star victory, they instantly receive all rewards from the preceding stages. Just a heads up, that stage 7 is currently the highest stage that Trailblazers can
Sama ini juga
start
nih
their
yang nanti
challenge.
sama lantai 6 kalau
In
udah
other
full
words,
star
as long as
pas
I
reset
achieved a
langsung
3-star
tinggal
victory in
ngambil
stage
hadiah
7, and I attain the same victory in any given Forgotten Hall Memory of Chaos update,
Mantap.
I can get my hands on rewards for the previous 6 stages?
Precisely.
Another Trailblazer time
Nggak
saver,
kelempar.
it would seem.
That's not all. The 1.6 update will further improve the user friendliness of the team setup in the Forgotten Hall. As Trailblazers progress through stages in Forgotten Hall Memory of Chaos, the team setup from the previous stage will be carried over by default. Plus, with the new team setup switching and one-click clear functions, lineups can be adjusted at the drop of a hat.
Impressive. It seems that optimizing Trailblazer experience is a firm priority.
Absolutely. And guess what else? Version 1.6 will also ease the completion difficulty of daily training, allowing Trailblazers to claim rewards with less effort. Additionally, we've introduced a time-limited unlock feature for certain material stages.
This might require further explanation.
Simply put, even if Trailblazers haven't explored the latest maps, they can still challenge certain material stages to gather leveling materials for their characters.
Oh,
And of course, where would 1.6 be without the
Dapat bansos
ever-exciting
lagi.
check-in event? Participating in the Gift of Odyssey event allows Trailblazers to get their hands on 10 warps.
I think the Trailblazers will be looking forward to this one.
Asli.
Indubitably.
I saw it coming.
Alrighty. It's that time already, folks. A big shout out to all our Trailblazers for their incredible love and support. honkaistarrail recently garnered incredible awards and nominations. On behalf of the project team, I, Albert, would like to extend our gratitude.
Pardon the interruption. You are now speaking with Veritas Ratio.
Huh?
It has come to my attention that your broadcast today touched on certain warp arrangements in connection with myself. If I may be so bold, the current arrangements are pitiful.
Dr. Ratio!
The dissemination and sharing of knowledge, as well as truth, is imperative. I, in my esteemed capacity, demand that every Trailblazer be given access to a proper education. When version 1.6's Pantaray event warp becomes available, every Trailblazer who has unlocked the mail feature shall receive, via mail, one limited 5-star character Dr. Ratio. That is to say, me. Through sheer tyranny of will, I shall become ubiquitous. With this, I bid you farewell.
Apaan like
And
dikasih
there we have it, folks.
dokter ratio gratis katanya?
Dr. Ratio.
Serius lihat tuh,
I
anjir.
think we've covered all the content for version
Gratis dokter
1.6.
ratio, parah
Thank
serius.
you once again to our
Nanti
3
pas Gratis
geniuses
6
for
keluar
their support.
dari mail nanti tinggal diklaim edan.
Don't go anywhere just yet now. Stay tuned
Parah,
for
cuy.
an IPM bonus program.
Ah,
Here come
ini game gila banget. Serius
Sunday.
ini ada tulisannya. Gara-gara
I
dapat
thought it was Friday
What?
today.
Question. Does the
Gila,
IPC
cuy, gratis, gitu.
not rest at the weekend?
Right? That's 2 full days of simulated universe
gila.
testing. Trailblazers, you know what to do.
I'm not talking about the weekend, y'all. I'm talking about
Wah.
our next
bukan
special
standar
guest.
lagi loh, karakter limited anjir gratis edan. Oh parah. Damn bro, gratis. Orang dengerin Inggrisnya teh, suara Inggris. Apaan nih tiba-tiba nyala? Bilang, klaim. Oh anjay. Udah edas. Ini sih jadi bahan bulian Genshin lagi nih mah. Parah.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Family's Charmony Festival Conference. I'm your host, Albert. This once-in-an-amber-era event is near at hand, and the eyes of the universe are fixed firmly on the planet of festivities, Penacony. Tonight, we'll be bringing you all the latest on Charmony Festival. First, let's give a round of applause and welcome the organizer of the festival and representative of the family in Penacony, Mr. Sunday.
Good evening, dear viewers. I am Sunday.
Welcome, good sir.
Ini
Your presence
karakter
here lights
ini.
up our humble studio.
Kayak karakter
You are
nanti
too
di
kind, Mr.
map baru
Albert.
di 2.0.
If it were not for the IPM's generous invitation,
Mungkin dia kayak
I would
main
not have had this
karakternya gitu,
opportunity
kayak
to
karakter
introduce your
pentingnya
audience to
ntar di
our
2.0
festival, nor its location. That is to say,
di Penacony.
Penacony. Penacony is located in the Asdana star system. It is a holiday destination of universal repute, known to many as the planet of festivities. Our guests will be staying in the Reverie, a luxurious hotel where one may travel freely between reality and dreamscape, basking in dreams that are uniquely yours.
I'm curious, what makes this festival different from the previous ones?
Charmony Festival is a Penacony tradition with a long history, and we have built on that foundation to achieve something truly extraordinary. The family in
Mantap kayaknya
Penacony
dokter Rati.
has,
Yuk
for the first
gratis ya
time,
Rati. Ntar
issued
imaginary-nya
public
udah gak isu lagi
invitations to
gua.
various
Gak
factions of
punya
the
imaginary.
cosmos, welcoming them to
Will
partake in
Ting
our
Yun ini, Bro.
magnificent ceremony. Members
Ting
of the
Yun siapa
five great
sih? Yukong.
families, which together make up the
Belum
family on
dibunuh Yukong,
Penacony,
ntar dibunuh.
as well as staff members of the Reverie, are united
Tapi dokter Rati
in
timnya
welcoming the universe to our home.
timnya harus yang
Rumor
ngasih
has it
debuff
that
sih
your
sebenarnya.
sister, the
SW
cosmic
kayak
superstar
Pela,
Miss Robin,
iya.
is set
Soalnya
to
semakin
perform
banyak
at the
musuh dapat debuff,
ceremony.
semakin
You heard
tinggi
correctly.
kemungkinan follow
On
up tag.
behalf of the family, Robin will be singing at the opening of the festival in
Yeah.
honor of the Eon of Harmony. My sister has already arrived in
Yeah.
Penacony.
Nih
and
Robin
dress
juga nih
rehearsals
bakal
are
jadi
well
karakter OP
underway.
mungkin soalnya kayak
Our guests are in for quite the
bakal
show.
penting banget
Miss
di
Robin's
Penacony.
participation will undoubtedly make the ceremony all the more dazzling. Mr. Sunday, would you be able to divulge any details about the festival's preparations?
All manner of preparations are unfolding as we speak. The Reverie's renovation works are drawing to a close, and so too is its human resources overhaul. Our level of service will be better than ever. Separately, we have introduced performers and service personnel from the
Dilihatin
Iris
satu-satu
family to
karakternya.
Penacony's principal scenic areas
Yang
and
di
leisure
Penacony
facilities. I'm sure they will help our guests to feel right at home. Needless to say, safety is our primary concern.
Langsung
And so,
diilik
the
tuh langsung
devoted
sama
and courageous
officialnya anjir.
Bloodhound family will be responsible for security at the festival.
Gak mau kalah.
Danger does not exist in Penacony's dreams, and the family promises that the safety of every guest is guaranteed. Of course, the family is also forgiving. Perhaps you are a member of the Annihilation Gang, or even the Stellaron Hunters. If you cherish dreams and uphold benevolence, Penacony welcomes your arrival. Since issuing the invitations,
Distraction Fire
we
kayaknya
have
bakal
received many
OP
replies
banget.
from various organizations
Iya,
throughout the
Sam.
universe. Today will be the first time we are publishing the guest list.
All in the service of the preservation, the Amber Lord.
Apa yang
He's an
turun?
executive from the IPC Strategic Investment Department and a member of the legendary 10 Stone Hearts, Mr. Adventuring. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. Together, the nameless carry forward the trailblazing will of Akavili and build bridges between the stars. The navigator of the Astral Express, Miss Himiko, along with the entire crew, will soon be gracing Penacony with their presence. Trading knowledge for wisdom, calculating wealth with formulas, and transcending individual limitations through an academic network of shared resources. the renowned scholar of the Intelligentsia Guild, Dr. Veritas Ratio. We think, therefore we are, and memories are proof of existence. She's committed to safeguarding and sharing these memories and able to journey beyond the corporeal into the cosmos. Hails from the Garden of Recollection, it's none other than the Memo Keeper herself, Miss Black Swan. In the uncaring expanse of the cosmos, elation exists as a balm for sorrow. Forever resilient, never disheartened, ceaselessly untearful, endlessly present, and here representing the masked fools, Sparkle! Following the path of the hunt, journeying from one planet to another, upholding justice, eradicating evil, and then doing it all over again. She's been away from the spotlight for too long. Representing the Galaxy Rangers, Miss Acheron takes the stage once more.
On behalf of the family, I hereby warmly welcome our guests to participate in this, our grand celebration. Penacony awaits you.
Oh, Penacony ini. Kayak kota festival gitu, Penacony. Beres ya kayak kelar rek. Gila sih itu yang gratis sih, gila sih. Langsung anget pasti di Twitter. Ya, tes. Ada. Malah mah gratis ratio anjir. Gratis limited 5 star. Nah, nanti tinggal login, ada lihat aja di Discord udah gua kirimin dah. Ya pas muncul aja pas versinya berubah harusnya pas ganti versi langsung bisa diambil dari mail kayaknya. Makanya limited loh dia dikasih Genshin mah standar juga kagak anjir. Iya. Iya. Kode. Iya. Versi 1, 2, 3, 4. Suara. Aduh. juga sih anjir.
Keiryū. Iya. Kenapa? Enggak. Lagi farming bentaran doang sih. Nyari relik. Ya paling yang hype-nya gitu sih, yang gratis dokter hati, yang sisanya mah event biasa. Kayak ada mode baru, kayak MOC baru, bukan MOC tapi terus sama ada swarmdisaster, kayak swarmdisaster mirip-mirip NU yang baru. Iya, nggak ada. Tinggal login terus diklaim. Ya, requirement-nya lu login ke gamenya gitu, buat ngambil gitu doang. Iya, gara-gara menang nominasi tadi kan dilihatin. Genshin kan dulu juga menang, nggak gitu. Iya. Iya.
udah mau dikasihnya mesti login 4 kali. Dicicil. Nah, lupain ini. Iya. Ya bakal mantap sih nge-save-nya kalau lumayan kan. Kalau di dokter Ateo dikasih mah. Kalau Ruanme mah mantap, lebih mantap lagi. Yang gratis ya. Bakal lebih ini apa Star Argent 2 lebih ketabung lagi kalau Ruanme dikasih gratis. Iya bener pada login bener. Tapi kayaknya bakal ada requirement level tapi gak tahu sih tak. Iya. Mungkin mesti level 20 atau apa. Iya. Iya. 9. Iya. Oke, untuk live streamnya mungkin sampai sini dulu aja. Sampai jumpa lagi di next live stream. Oke, bye-bye. BTW gratis dokter Atio cuy. Mantap.